I still can't believe that we're getting UMK3 WaveNet, especially because I didn't even know that was a thing until the trailer dropped. Hey, what's up? It's your boy, Dynasty. And according to Digital Eclipse, after revealing we're getting both Special Forces, Mythologies, and WaveNet UMK3, apparently that's it in terms of games to be featured in the Legacy Collection. Now, why am I saying that? Because they came out and shared this over on their official X account. Announced during the Xbox showcase at Gamescom, the final lineup and features for Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection are Mythology, Sub-Zero, Special Forces, and Trainer Mode to help combatants master any of the legendary Fatality finishing moves. And they attached this image right here, showcasing essentially the ultimate historical compilation of legendary Mortal Kombat titles. You got Mortal Kombat, you got Mortal Kombat 2, you got Mortal Kombat 3, you got UMK3, you got Mortal Kombat 4, you got Trilogy, you got Mortal Kombat Advance. Behind me, you have Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance on the Game Boy Advance, along with the Tournament Edition. Then obviously, again, this morning, we got the official reveal of Mythology, Sub-Zero, and Special Forces. And that means that the one game that a lot of you guys have been waiting to see seems to not make the cut, and that's Mortal Kombat Gold. And the discourse has already been insane. This morning in my comment section to my reaction video, that's it's overwhelmingly the one game that I think everybody wanted, because obviously it is essentially Mortal Kombat 4 with a bunch of new characters and features. So I could understand why a lot of you guys are upset that we're not getting Gold, especially because, well, from the looks of things, we're only getting the arcade ports of Mortal Kombat 4, which means we're not even going to be getting the PS1 version that added a training mode, cheat codes, things of that sort. So I can definitely see where you guys kind of feel like MK4's definitive edition, either it being PS1 port or Gold, kind of would have just completely taken this to the next level, over the top. And after revealing both of these, air quotes here, bad games, I'm just general consensus, bad games on the PS1, a lot of people are really disappointed. And they're like, why are we getting these two games but not Gold? And obviously, I think the answer to that is, well, Dreamcast emulation. This was a Dreamcast exclusive game, I believe the only game on the Dreamcast for Mortal Kombat, and I guess they just could not get the Dreamcast emulation on point, and people are gonna be really upset because obviously we've seen like Capcom recently release like Power Stone via emulation in one of their recent arcade collections. So I can understand arcade collections, fighting game collections. So I can understand why people were disappointed, because even like me, for myself, I would rather just drop the $50 for this game and not have to still go out and get a physical copy of Gold if I ever want to play Gold, especially if they would have added in, obviously, all the new stuff like the online netcode being GGPO in Modern. So it sucks, but ultimately, I was kind of prepared for us to not get Gold. I wasn't prepared for us to only get the arcade version of Mortal Kombat 4. I really did feel like it was a lock to get at least the PS1 version of Mortal Kombat 4, but nonetheless, this is apparently all the games in the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, for better or worse. Again, the one drawback is no Gold. Other than that, I mean, you could complain about us not getting a home version of MK4, but those two things, that would have been it. Obviously, you guys do know, I've already accepted that we weren't going to get any, like, PS2 era, OG Xbox era games from the 3D era, like Deadly Alliance, Deception, Armageddon, Shaolin Monks, though some people were still holding out hope for some reason, even though they've been saying time and time again for the last 2 months that this is going to be focusing in on, like, the OG games, the arcade games. The fact that we're getting, like, the Game Boy versions of Deadly Alliance, again, that's, like, the excuse people were, like, holding on to. Like, but why give us the Game Boy ports and not give us the other games? And it's like, guys, if they couldn't get Dreamcast emulation on point to give us Gold, what were you expecting with the PS2 emulation? Like, they barely got the PS1 emulation, apparently, on point. So, which is why, though not 110% confirmed to be a thing in the future, but I still think there's a chance in the future, in terms of maybe even DLC post-launch, that maybe the PS1 version of Mortal Kombat 4 is going to be DLC. Obviously, in, I think, literally in a week, I think a week to today is when PAX West actually kicks off in Seattle, and that's the last date for the Combat Tour. I still think that there's a chance we get something revealed. Obviously, the easiest and the one thing that they haven't revealed would be the release date for the digital version of the game. It's been leaked twice by Xbox and PlayStation. Initially, it was September 30th, then it was October 30th. So I could see where a week from now at PAX West, they have a trailer giving us the digital release date. That would kind of make some sense because, again, what else do they have to share with us if this is the full definitive list of all the games? And I guess there's a small chance for one more game to be revealed. Obviously, today we got technically 3 games with the WaveNet version of UMK3, so kind of gives us those 4 question marks if you include Trilogy from the last event, right? That's technically 4. But again, when talking to Digital Eclipse people in the community at events like EVO, they made it seem like there was going to be a reveal not just this week at Gamescom, but at the final date at PAX West. So I still think, though it's maybe a 1% chance for gold, or at least the PS1 MK4 version, I think there's like a 1% chance that they actually reveal one final game next week. If not, I still think that this is valid for what they're asking, the $50 to pay for it. But gold would have really made this the fucking greatest and best package of all time. Not to say that this already isn't, but God, could you imagine gold in between 4 and Trilogy? Like, what else could you ask for other than obviously like the 3D era games? That's the only game that's missing. If you gave us gold, that would have been it. Again, me even talking about this or suggesting this is gonna have people in the comment section being like, "You're so ungrateful for them even giving us this," which is hilarious because how dare I want to have the Legacy Collection retain some of that legacy a la gold. So, yeah, man, apparently this is it. Now, if these pins do mean anything, MK Dan revealed that he got like 10 pins yesterday at Gamescom after posting that video. He still got 10 pins. And you can see here the pin has the classic Mortal Kombat 3 on the bottom. And my last few videos I've been saying, the final pin appears to have a 4 on it, right? This event, they revealed we're getting WaveNet UMK3, so this kind of coincides. If this final pin they're giving out at PAX West is a tell of what to expect, and this is a 4, again, like I've been saying in my last couple uploads, maybe, again, Mortal Kombat 4 PS1 gets confirmed at the next event. If there is still that 1% chance in my mind, maybe it's Mortal Kombat Gold. Orange is kind of like gold, but this said MK. This had a Roman numeral 2. This had the UMK3-3, and this appears to have the MK4-4. I still hope that that coincides to somehow mean that this is going to be Mortal Kombat 4 again being revealed, and obviously the arcade edition's been revealed for a few weeks now, so what else could they reveal? The PS1 version, which could explain the whole oopsie situation from a few days ago over the weekend with that article from The Gamer that said we were going to be getting the PlayStation MK4 version of the game in the Legacy Collection. So I still think there is a chance to get at least one more version of Mortal Kombat 4, but as for gold, I mean, there's kind of gold here, right? So who knows if the pins mean anything again, because right here, people are like, well, the 2 Roman numerals is because the MK2 cabinet was blue with Raiden on the side. Hello, obviously Dynasty. I'm like, that's great, but this was the pin they gave out at EVO for Trilogy when Trilogy got revealed. So how does MK2 coincide with Trilogy? So that, again, still to this day, I don't understand. This one makes sense, this one makes sense, and this one could potentially make sense, but I still can't make any sense of this blue pin. But we'll have to wait and see. Again, August 29th to September 1st is PAX West, and just like we saw for this week's Gamescom event, safe to say, if there's anything in store for us, chances are it'll probably get leaked the day before it officially drops, but maybe not. Maybe they've learned from their mistakes. Maybe Digital Eclipse will keep the trailer on a fucking floppy disk, not even a USB, where it can't be read unless it's on a computer from 1997 or something. I don't know, but... And again, I'm not from the future, so I'm really not even trying to get you guys excited to the point where you're expecting gold to be announced, but I'm hoping in the coming days they can kind of acknowledge that. Maybe Digital Eclipse, if we're not getting gold, can come out and be like, hey guys, we know you want gold. Dreamcast emulation, we've not figured it out. Never say never. Keep it open-ended. Don't confirm it'll be DLC in the future or part of a hypothetical Legacy Collection Part 2. If there's a chance, just keep the door open. You don't gotta completely confirm it or completely deny it, but give us something because, again, it's gonna be a groundswell, dude. Like, a lot of people really want to see gold. I'm just gonna scroll through here. There's a gold mention. People want N64 Trilogy, which again makes a lot of sense. You guys brought back WaveNet, where's gold? People still asking for Deadly Alliance and Deception. Legacy Collection 2. No Shaolin Monks. So, again, people are wanting the Deadly Alliance PS2 version. I can't believe after all this time, people are still expecting that. It makes no sense to me. So, yeah, there's some people still wanting gold, but 1% chance, guys. That's really all I'm saying. Missing MK Gold. So, funny enough, I think there's also technically a WaveNet Mortal Kombat 4 version that I think gives you a chance to maybe fight against Noob and Goro, maybe use them. I think that's how that worked. So who's to say that we don't get another WaveNet edition of Mortal Kombat 4 next week revealed? I think that's a thing. I think that does exist. I tried to ask ChatGPT for more details and they couldn't find it, so I was going off of forums. So I think that was also a thing as well. So if it's not the PS1 version, maybe it's the WaveNet MK4 version. I don't know, but yeah, guys, that is apparently all that we're getting in the Legacy Collection. And when I say all that we're getting like that, I don't mean that to be a slight, but I do know the one question all you guys have is, where's the gold? So time will tell. Obviously, again, we only have one more week and one more event in this Combat Tour date. I don't understand why they would make it seem like we're getting a new reveal every single date and then we don't get anything new. Again, the cheap reveal would be the release date because still in the trailer that dropped today, we get no confirmation on when it's dropping digitally, and that's kind of a big deal, especially if it's really only dropping in like a month or so. So yeah, guys, there you go. What do you think of the lineup for the Legacy Collection? Are you bummed? Are you still buying? I'm sure I'm going to have some people in the comment section being fucking crazy and being like, no gold, no buy. I'm buying this like 5 times. So, gold is not going to be the make or break for me, but you got to acknowledge it, man. Like, gold was a game that a lot of people wanted because, again, even just in general, like, I have a Dreamcast, but I know the vast majority of you guys don't have a Dreamcast. So for me, it's like, fuck it. Even more of the incentive to go get gold on a Dreamcast or burn the CD with the data, because I can do that for my Dreamcast, but I know a lot of you guys don't have that, and you don't want to go through the hurdles of it, and you would have loved to have played the steroided out, definitive, ultimate version of Mortal Kombat 4 a la Gold online with your homies and friends, and have all those features that we saw from, like, the Fatality Trainer, things like that, implemented with Gold. You got 4, and that was a big get because it's never been re-released, so I feel even just super, super, super spoiled already as it is with Trilogy and 4, but over the top would have been Gold. I'm still buying. I know a lot of you guys are too, so try to be kind and nice in the comments and try not to complain too much to Digital Eclipse. Like, if you want gold, let them know, but just do it respectfully, please. I don't want them to hate the word gold. I want them to feel like it's incentivized to where they know if they figure out Dreamcast emulation, we're gonna buy that DLC, you feel me? So we'll see what happens. Again, worst case scenario is we don't get gold at launch. Who's to say 4 months from now they don't add that as a special edition as DLC? Never say never. But guys, again, let me know all your thoughts on the final lineup right here down below. If you enjoyed, drop a like on it. If you missed my reaction to the trailer, I posted it a few hours ago. Go check that out. I love you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection video. Peace.
on it crack, but I'm not superstitious. Count all these racks, I be steady counting my digits. Slipping on the crack, I am not superstitious.